So this strap I'm going to cut down, put in there. These 3 racks of batteries are going to go in pretty much this way. So we've got positive on this side, and then I'll leave the second one this way, and then the third pack is going to be switched end for end. So I'm going to have positive on this end and negative down there. A shorter jumper between here and here for the packs. So the 2 will be this way, and the bottom one will be reversed, so that this this negative most battery pack terminal ends up over there. Just going to lay them in the car, which I'll show you. With much cursing and shoving around, the batteries will fit in here between the 2x4s. The 2x4s at the front won't be there to begin with. They'll be put in after the batteries are in place. And then there's going to be the cables will be routed underneath the carpet between the 2x4s and then out the bottom. Cables will be run up to the front of the car. And in here I need to come up with a mount for the controller. I was hoping to use these bolts, perhaps something over in this range, and just mount the controller this way. The battery cables coming up and in here, and then the motor cables coming out the other end and going down to here, and the other one is. There, sorry. And the radiator is going to go back in here with the fan. So that'll be like the reservoir and the cooling for the controller. So the controller is going to have, I don't remember which side the plumbing's on. We'll see whether it's easier to change the plumbing to be closer to the pump, or whether it's easier to change the cabling to be closer to this end. In any case, we'll be doing one of the 2. So the reservoir over here, it'll be hooked up back to the, I believe this is the radiator overflow, and the radiator, at the bottom of the radiator is where the Petersburg pump's going to go, and it's just going to pump directly into the controller, out of the controller, back into the radiator. Before I take the pack apart, or into sections, just checking the voltage. Last time I checked the voltage was October 10th, so here it is, October 20th. And we're just going to go through and use the Power Lab. Just touch something. It shouldn't have touched. Hopefully I didn't blow anything up. Anyway, using the Power Lab to monitor the voltage. It's the only thing I've got that measures over 2 volts that goes down to the 100th of a volt, so that's why I'm using it. Anyway, log all the battery values, and then we'll split the 3 packs away from each other and get them moved into the car. So this is how it looks now. What I did was I took this bar off of here, and I used it as a template to make sure that the center-to-center holes are okay. I cut the ends off at 2 inches. Basically traced around this bar. That's the one that was down here. This is where the little piece of wire was. I took it out of here and I put the correctly sized bar up here, and I put my jury-rigged one at the bottom here, where it was further away from contacting other parts of the battery. It's a little thicker. There's 3 full turns of the bolts holding into the 3 full turns of the threads holding in. So I think the tension's okay. I set the tension up about the same as the other ones. But anyway, it seemed less dangerous to me to mess with this one down here than it was up here, because you could drop it and you could touch the sides on both sides and stuff. Anyway, that's how it looks. I'll give you a bit of a close-up. That's a little bit better. You can see the braided copper and the tinned battery strap. The ends cut off. So these bolts on the ends of the frame are number 8. 16 millimeters seems to be just about the depth of them. So once I add washers and this, I'm getting probably 6 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 6, maybe 6.5, 7. In any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain up both ends and get them hooked on to my my engine hoist. 120 pounds is not very much for the engine hoist, but it's something that I can swing back and forth a little bit when I'm trying to get the batteries into place inside the car. But it's too much weight for me to just lift and move around without hurting my back. So trying not to hurt myself is one of the things that is a priority for me. So here we have I shortened up the chain on here. We're just going to lift it to make sure it's about level. I think I've got the middle point about halfway between these 2 pins. So that's how we're going to lift it. Then we're going to set it on the ground because it is almost 13 inches this way, but it's only 9 inches this way, and I'm trying to get it behind the front seat, in through the door with the lift, and then I'll drop it down and slide it into place. But yeah, just trying to get it into position without, and it's going to be on its back, so this is the only thing it's going to be sitting on. I guess I'll put a couple of pieces of lumber underneath. It will be about 5/16 thick, maybe 3/8. So I'll put 3/8 just under each of these all the way across. Have a space for this to fit in between, and hopefully I can route the temperature cable so that it doesn't get damaged underneath there. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it. We've got to pick it up, put it on the ground, rotate it so this is on the bottom, and then reattach the supports and carry it with the battery terminals up. So it is a little heavier than it should be because I haven't taken these off yet, and I have a couple of 2x4s on there that I don't think I zeroed afterwards. But right now I'm showing 135 pounds. 135 pounds times 3 would give us 400 pounds for the battery pack, which is approximately what I was expecting. I'm going to lift it back up and see if the scale zeros. The scale came back to 4 pounds, not 0 pounds. So instead of being 135 pounds, it's 131 pounds. And it's probably a little less than that because of these 4 supports were on it. These were hanging, so I don't think they contributed. But anyway, maybe when I do the last battery pack and carry it into the car, I'll weigh that one as well.